Hey you, welcome back to the game room. So it's been a while since I was in front of the camera, and honestly it was just life taking over. Part of that is my actual real job's holiday crunch time, which is appropriate for the episode. Instead of going with the usual lists and reviews, this episode is dedicated to all the developers out there who have gone through the notorious crunch time. Brought back into the spotlight thanks to Red Dead Redemption 2, this really bad part of game development has since again reared its ugly head, and I'm here to explain a few things. So what is crunch? Candy bar aside, it's when a dev team has hit a specified time limit where almost all development comes to a halt, and instead the focus is shifted to bug hunting, fine-tuning, laying in pieces of the game that haven't been done yet, and even more bug hunting, and so on. This new focus is how the team will play out the final months before going to print. In the modern era, internet connections and hard drives allow developers to continue fine-tuning the product long after it's been physically released. Back in the PlayStation era, that was an impossibility, so developers had to get it as right as they could before sending off the code for mastering. Thanks to a Game-Rave viewer, we are happy to once again bring you another inside look at game development. While our Superman prototype video was a unique angle due to its unreleased nature, the Pandemonium Prototype offers a different view into a game we all have access to on the retail side. Time-stamped about 3 months before its physical release in stores, the prototype offers a fantastic view into the kind of chaos that programmers and their quality assurance teams must sort out. Since the prototype does contain the whole game, just not in a finalized form, I decided this episode I would simply bring to light various changes between versions and let the game run through a few levels itself. The reason for not doing a full run-through is because the owner has graciously allowed Game-Rave TV to have it released by the same folks that brought Superman's prototype public. This video is meant as a starting point and guide to help you figure out what to look for in your own run-through of the proto. Let's get started. Right off the bat, differences come pouring in. There is no menu or real title screen, as the game simply fades into the map screen. Here, there is a simplified number line that you run across to select your stage, with the random extra dots simply resetting the screen. Comically, you can fall off the map, so just pick a stage and go. Here's where the next big curiosity hits. The controls are incomplete. Jumping and accepting are now done with triangle rather than X. Pressing select allows you to choose between either character, which was a cheat in the final release. But most importantly is that Fargus is missing his attack roll. He's literally half the character he's supposed to be. Nikki has her double jump, but it's not completely accurate. More than twice I double jumped higher than expected, and then plummeted straight through the entire level to my death. As you make your way through the game, you can look for the following missing items, inconsistencies, or items that the programmers just haven't gotten to yet. Number 1. The power-ups and collectible coins are different. Power-up orbs were originally stars, and the coins were red diamonds. Number 2. The level textures haven't been optimized. This includes placement and fine-tuning. If you drop off the very first cliff, you can see a perfect example here. 3. Textures are missing. The second stage door you come through isn't there, it's just a big white block. 4. There are stand-in creatures for enemies. I'm not sure if they're wireframes or just basic models for stand-ins, but every so often you'll find something that just isn't quite right. My favorite is that late in the game there are literally just boxes flying in place of what should be an enemy polygon set. Number 5. Cardboard cutouts. Well, not really cardboard, but you'll find 2D JPEG images acting as location markers for eventual graphics, like mushrooms. Number 6. Broken visuals. Here's where that epilepsy warning comes into play. In at least 2 sections I played for the episode, the game's visuals rapidly break and begin switching between the full polygon view to a sort of hitbox wireframe visual. The effect is highly jarring to say the least, and it's at least consistent in where it appears. Your first taste of it happens in level 1 when you must perform a string of green platform jumps to a higher plateau. Number 7. Incomplete sections. There are areas of the game where the same graphic structure should repeat itself, but don't. A great example here are the silver and gray pillars in level 2 as you climb to the spike trap. Number 8. Various color differences. While not as readily spotted like some of the other issues, sharp eye variant hunters will pick out a few here and there. By example, when the spiked board starts chasing you in level 2, the prototype does not show the previous holes as different colors on the floor as it did originally. It's all just brown. And the list goes on. Crunch time for developers is no laughing matter, and in some cases can be absolutely brutal. It takes a lot of work to bring the games you love to the systems you love, and sometimes that takes a level of overtime most people would scoff at, but industry people go through every game they make. As stated before, the prototype will be available for download either as of the airing of this episode or quickly afterwards. Be sure to track it down and enjoy a piece of gaming history usually left on developers' hard drives. Once again, I want to personally thank the Game-Rave viewer for his contribution to the preservation of the prototype and the chance to bring it public to you. It feels amazing to be in front of a camera again, and hopefully we can jump back into our bi-weekly schedule now that the holiday crunch time is slowly thinning out. But probably not until, say, like, after Christmas. Otherwise, guys, enjoy the 15 minutes of the prototype after the visuals of me, and I'll see you next time. Have a great week.